Shuckalaka kapow, how's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school at Russell JS, and I am your host, Russell JS. I got another track by track record album versus CD album. And I'm also going to show you what I got for Christmas this year. Looks like, according to Santa, I was a good boy. I want to tell you about some future things that are going to be happening come the new year. But first, what's the I'm gonna have for this album versus album, track by track? I'm putting the teachers up against the apprentices. And you know what I did? I took two of their greatest albums. I love them both. And you know what? I'm gonna put them both against each other. The masters versus the apprentices. What am I talking about? How about Black Sabbath Paranoid versus Metallica Master of Puppets? Now, the thing about these albums is, Metallica, they idolized Black Sabbath along with the other great bands that made their music great. But there's Black Sabbath's second album, Paranoid. You would see 3 hit singles and a couple other singles as well that, made the cut, made Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath into, what is now known as heavy metal. They are, in fact, the first ever band to be called heavy metal, even though there were other bands who were heavy metal before they were heavy metal, like Led Zeppelin and Iron Butterfly. But these two albums, Master of Puppets and Paranoid, or Paranoid and Master of Puppets, are going to go see who has the better tracks. And remember, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments down in the box below, ring the bell for notifications, tell your friends, your family, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your classmates, your coworkers, your pets, your college roommates, everybody and anybody. And let's get this channel going. I'm appreciative that I now have 175 subscribers. And, like I said in the video from yesterday when I paid tribute to Adam the Woo, thank you a lot for that. It means the world to me. You don't know how much of the world it means to me. And then I'm going to show you what I got for Christmas. And I'm also going to talk about what's up for the new year. So, without further delay, let's go ahead and see which one of these bad Oscars is going to win this. Will it be Black Sabbath Paranoid? Or will it be Metallica Master of Puppets? Or will it be a tie where our good buddy George Washington may have to decide? So, let's get this rolling, shall we? Okay, in the sense of Black Sabbath Paranoid versus Metallica Master of Puppets, War Pigs versus Battery. Oh man, I really love War Pigs. The song is epic, but I love Battery better. Paranoid versus Master of Puppets. Ooh, this is gonna sting a little bit. Ooh, it's gonna hurt. This is really gonna, I don't know who am I gonna get backlashed by more? Will I get backlashed by Sabbath fans or Metallica fans? You know what? Heck it. Flip it, man. You know what? I love them both. They both get a point. Planet Caravan versus The Thing That Should Not Be. The Thing That Should Not Be is really awesome. It's really killer. It's shredding. But you know what? I got to go with Planet Caravan. That's a little bit mellow, relaxing, So, don't get me wrong. I do love it. I do love The Thing That Should Not Be, but I love Planet Caravan. I love me some, Tony Iommi's guitar with Geezer Butler doing that jazzy bass, Bill Ward hitting the bongos, and Ozzy's vocals. He's just mellowed out. He must have smoking a bowl or something. And he just kicked, or some good hashish, and he just went ahead. They all kicked back and did that tune. I got to go with it. Now, here's another one that's a killer. Iron Man versus Welcome Home Sanitarium. Again, This is another thing where it really hurts because I love them both, man. And I love them equally. And I'm going to do something for the first time on Kicking It Old School that I've never done. I think I got to flip a coin for this one because, I love them both equal. And, I'm trying to, I want one or the other to win. I don't want to have to do a tiebreaker because I have a feeling that's what this is going to come down to. So, you know what? Heads, Iron Man. Tails, Welcome Home Sanitarium. All right, Metallica gets it. It has landed on Tails. So therefore, Metallica gets that point. Electric Funeral versus Disposable Heroes. Electric Funeral is not bad, but I got to go with Disposable Heroes. Hand of Doom versus Leper Messiah. Yeah, I'm going with, Leper Messiah's cool and real fast and everything, but I have to go with Hand of Doom there. Rat Salad versus Orion. They're both instrumental. They both kick. They're killer. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give them a point. Fairies Wear Boots versus Damage Inc. Damage Inc. Oh boy. Yep, this is, I gotta, I love them both. I do love them both. I already did the chance for the flip on which song was going to take the win off this album against the other. So I've got to give them both a point. So here's the score right here. Black Sabbath Paranoid with 5 points. Metallica Master of Puppets with 6 points. So that means yes, Metallica, Master of Puppets, is the winner in this competition. It's all about luck of the draw. And you know what? I love both these albums. I don't like one less than the other or, more than the other. I love them both, but it's all about, it's a stroke of fate. It's the luck of the draw, the stroke of fate. And some of you are going to say, oh, you were trying to push Sabbath to win because you don't like Metallica, or you must not like Sabbath. How can you say, I love Sabbath, man. Sabbath is the awesomest. All right, so now I got to show you what Santa Claus had done brought me for Christmas this year. Wait till you see these bad Oscars. Oh, man. Let's see, starting off with a couple cool band t-shirts. I think this Pantera t-shirt is really awesome looking. What do you think? Yes, I love this Pantera t-shirt. The last two Pantera t-shirts I had, they got all faded and holy, so I had to throw them away because I wore them a lot. That's how much I love Pantera. And I love this Iron Maiden t-shirt, classic Eddie right here. Classic Eddie. I love this, all in black, the gold Iron Maiden emblem. And I got a couple books too. I got Batman Resurrection from John Jackson Miller, which this is the direct sequel to Tim Burton's '89 Batman, right after everything after the Joker's terrorism on Gotham City. Between that and, the Penguins emerging from the sewers of Gotham and Batman Returns. I also got, you ready for this? This is going to be great. All right, this is a double-sided book. This is the most cleverest thing I ever seen in my life. The original title of the book is called A Fine Line Between Stupid and Clever, The Story of Spinal Tap by Rob Reiner with Christopher Guest, who played Nigel Tufnell, Michael McKean, who played David St. Hubbins, and Harry Shearer, who was Derek Smalls. And it's kind of like two half stories. I mean, here's like how they got the whole idea of Spinal Tap together. And then you have kind of like a goofy farce autobiography, kind of, it's where they call this Smell the Book, The Oral History of Spinal Tap by Marty DeBurgi with Nigel Tufnell, David St. Hubbins, and Derek Smalls. I mean, I don't know which side of the book I'm going to start reading. I mean, I know one thing. I'm going to get into this thing as well where I'm going to read a couple books at the same time. And I know what you're thinking. How are you going to do that? Well, here's what. What I'm going to do is, read a chapter of one book each. And there you go. It's like a TV show and a continuation of the story. But I can't wait to read this one. And then next up, I got on DVD the movie Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. I saw this at the theater the weekend it came out, and I couldn't believe 2 months after it came out to the theater, it was already out on video. I mean, I can remember the days of VHS when you had to wait a whole year for a movie to come out to video, and at the same time, it would be on HBO and Showtime. And back in those days, VHS movies, you were paying like $80 to $90 a piece. VHS VCRs were like nearly $1,000, and a regular size TV for the living room was about the same. But yeah, nowadays with the technology and the streaming and everything, I mean, heck, I remember when I wanted to go see Bill and Ted Face the Music at the theater, 2 weeks after it opened, it was already out on DVD and Blu-ray. But, hey, enough of my yapping. What do you say? Let's boogie on to the next thing. I've got the complete series of Knight Rider. Oh man, I can't wait to binge watch every single, all 4 seasons, every single episode. I'm excited for this. I mean, I was a big fan of Knight Rider, and the coolest thing about Knight Rider was my dad had an 82 Trans Am, like what Kit was, and an 84 Trans Am while the show was on TV. And oh man, it was just fun. I had the Knight Rider toys, sit on Sunday night, sit in front of the TV with my toy replica Trans Am, watching Knight Rider before bedtime. Oh, good times. And I can't wait to relive that nostalgia. Something else that I've already got, but it's a different version. Basic Fun's rendition of Tetris, the mini arcade. What's really cool is I thought at first, but you push the button to these things, and it's totally different to the one I have. And then I also got another Pac-Man, which again, it's different from the other Basic Fun Pac-Man that I have as well. It looks kind of like the arcade in a way. So, yep, another Pac-Man for my collection. I mean, everybody knows how obsessed with Pac-Man I am. And last but not least, I got a plug into the wall air compressor for tires. I can't wait to use that to, put air in the tires of my bicycle so I could go start riding bike again, which is the next topic of discussion. You see, since the passing of Adam the Woo, a lot of things I noticed about him, the last final videos I seen of him, he looked jet lagged, and he looked like he was burning out, and he was hyperventilating. I mean, he was a very big guy, probably heart, with the heart the size of Texas. I mean, as I told you yesterday in the video, Adam was he played a big part in inspiring this channel right here. And I'm gonna miss his daily vlogs every once in a while. And I got a new calendar, so I'm gonna put out like what I'm gonna do for each month, because I'm gonna start really trying to get down to the nitty-gritty to make some videos. I'm gonna start exercising, because I noticed in one of the last videos my gut was hanging out, and I want to do away with that, because I think that's what happened to Adam the Woo. He suffered from some cardio health problems, I think, and it didn't, something didn't agree, and his heart must have given out on him, and he's going to be missed. But you know what? Adam the Woo not only inspires me to make videos, but he's going to inspire me to get myself back on track health-wise. And I've also got some ideas for, some exploration videos, to do stuff like that. I mean, 2026 is going to be, it's going to be some year. I have a feeling about it. But, I'm going to continue to do the track by track videos. I want to make some exploration videos where I go to places. I mean, it's going to be local at first. I'm going to check out some places that are local, and there's some cool places to go to too that, maybe if you come into my neck of the woods in Florida, you might want to come and check these places out. But that's going to do it for this video. Remember, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep it real. Keep listening to old school music, like this. Yep, old school music. Listen to stuff like this. Watch old school movies. Watch some old school television. Play some old school video games. Keep kicking it old school. Get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, comfort, get you enough of less drama, no drama, get you enough of chaos, less chaos, no chaos. Get you, anything and everything that your heart desires, get you enough. And as always, I want to wish you all Godspeed. May the force be with you always. And shakalaka kapow!